Hi, T.O.T. Carlson here, and if you couldn't already tell, today we're going to be talking about Men in Black. The original 1997 Men in Black film just got reissued, and we're going to be taking a look at that new Steelbook release. I'll unbox this, share my opinions, and let you know if it's recommended or not. Here we go. Very nice cover art on that Steelbook with many characters from the films. There have been 4 Men in Black films to date, 1, 2, 3, and then International, although International was more of a spin-off than a straight-up sequel. So yeah, there's our cover art, top of the backing card, side of the Steelbook with the title of the film. Here's the back of the backing card with all our info for the release, summary of the film, special features, legalese, credits, all that good stuff. Underneath there, we've got... we swap out the heroes and villains for some of the more comedic alien characters. Inside here we have our discs. We have a digital copy of the film. On this side we have our 4K ultra high def disc. Here's our Blu-ray copy that has the movie and the bulk of the bonus features. And I'm not going to take that off because it's just a plain blue background, disappointingly. I really wish they'd done something a little more there, especially considering how quirky and offbeat the Men in Black universe is. I mean, they could have come up with something for that. And for those that are unfamiliar, I'll read the plot summary from the package. Men in Black follows the exploits of agents K and J, members of a top-secret organization established to monitor alien activity on Earth. The two MiB find themselves in the middle of a deadly plot by an intergalactic terrorist who has already arrived on Earth to assassinate 2 ambassadors from opposing galaxies. K and J face a simple imperative: track down the interloper or Earth will be destroyed. It's all in a day's work for the Men in Black. Yes, this movie originally came out back in 1997, and believe it or not, I didn't actually see it until almost 10 years later, something I regret, because it's quirky, offbeat, action-packed, and a lot of fun. This one's actually stood the test of time pretty well. Great leading man performances from the likes of Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones. These two have great chemistry and play off of each other so well. I always love it when you have characters that are foils for one another and they just do their jobs so well. This is one of those instances. Men in Black was actually based on a comic book. The comic book dealt with other manners of supernatural beings as well, including things like werewolves and vampires and stuff like that. And it was certainly, darker and maybe a little less accessible. The films are much more comedic than the original comic, and they limit the activity to extraterrestrial activity, which honestly I think were necessary changes to adapt this for film. There's a great supporting cast as well, including Vincent D'Onofrio as one of the villains. That guy's one of the most underrated actors out there. And you even have supporting performances from the likes of Rip Torn and Tony Shalhoub. And Tim Blaney voices a talking pug, one of the funniest characters the movie has to offer. It's something that really needs to be seen to be enjoyed. And there have been, like I said, several sequels, but I still have to say the original movie probably is the best. Not that the sequels are bad by any means. I am happy to revisit this movie anytime I get a chance, and this release of the movie actually stacks up very well. Men in Black's kind of an unusual movie visually because you have some scenes that kind of have a drab grayish color palette and others that are pretty bright and vibrant. So you're going to have scenes that, look a little flat and some that are certainly having a little more punch to them. But that's how the movie was shot and done, so again, that's to be expected. This release adds Dolby Vision, which the earlier 4K release was lacking, and it certainly gives it a little bit of an edge over the older release. I wouldn't say this is a night and day difference, but it's a very impressive looking back catalog disc. I mean, you had a lot of talent on both sides of the camera with this movie, and actually Barry Sonnenfeld, who directed this movie, was previously a cinematographer himself, having worked on the movie Misery. He had also directed, before this, the 2 1990s Addams Family films. The musical score in the movie is done by Danny Elfman, one of the greatest composers out there, probably best known for his collaborations with Tim Burton, but he does an excellent job scoring this film as well. There are plenty of bonus features on here, and most of them are on the Blu-ray disc and previously released. You have a lot of, behind the scenes EPK type stuff, as well as Will Smith's music video for the song Men in Black. I remember seeing that music video on MTV constantly back in the day, long before I actually saw the movie. The 4K Ultra High Def disc has 2 features on it as well. Notes from the director's chair and a Designing Men in Black featurette. There's also a commentary track on here with director Sonnenfeld and star Tommy Lee Jones. And that's a pretty interesting listen, just going back and hearing about some of their experiences making the movie. This is a fantastic release of a fantastic movie, and I think any fan will be very happy with what they get here. If you own the older 4K release, I don't know that you need to rush out and buy this version, but I will say with the addition of Dolby Vision, it does have that little bit of extra punch. Maybe not quite enough to double dip for, but it is a highly recommended release overall. Are you a fan of Men in Black? Do you think the first movie is the best of the bunch? Comment down below. Let me know what you think. Also, remember to subscribe to this channel for more content. I'm always posting new videos. And be sure you give this one a like if you found it helpful. I'm Taylor T. Carlson. I'll see you next time.